What's good, YouTube? It's Austin Holleman back again with another video. It is 10:38, 10:37 here in Pattaya, Thailand. I know it's very late over there in the United States. I was supposed to go live early, but man, I did not go to bed early enough. But I wanted to. I seen O'Shea Duke Jackson post a video of the debate with just Pearly Things and Hafeez, and I was watching it, and then I heard him say something he about men going their own way, and he made the comment, not some 23-year-old fuck that's walking away. I said, is he talking about me? Because at this point, anybody in the red pill space that brings up a 23-year-old, I'm gonna assume is talking about me, because I don't know anybody else doing that shit. So let's play the video. Let's go to it right here. Y'all just tell me if I'm tripping. I'll save that for a minute. Hold on. No sound. Damn it. What's going on? Yes, sir. I I appreciate it. Let me fix that right now, bro. Sorry about that. I have been paying for the box a lot lately. Is there something wrong with that? I'm young, handsome. I don't have to, but I'm lazy. Anything bad about paying? No. I mean, if you feel like you don't need to, but you said you're being lazy, then that's just part of you being lazy. There's nothing wrong with paying for it. I mean, it depends on how much you're doing it. I don't know. We'll talk about that another time. Osmosis reacts as no sound. Thank you. Let me figure out. It's cool that there was no sound. I need to skip that part anyway. Um,
thing that me and my business partner are building. So my guy Joseph Hines.
Could y'all hear that one? Could y'all hear the YouTube video that time? All right.
And just how, right? You have to ask yourself, are you teaching any ideas? Like, is there any principles that your belief system is teaching? Because every human being's belief system teaches an ideas, right? And so for me, when I see that there are certain ideas and premises that are being taught, therefore you cannot simply say we are not an ideology. There's no ideals that represent the things that we believe. And so an example of what are some of the things I disagree with, I think I primarily disagree with a lot of times the descriptions of marriage and just how they analyze and describe marriage in today's world. I think I disagree with the analysis of male-female nature. I think if you were to read a book like The Evolution of Desire by Dr. David Buss, he's a world-leading expert on human evolutionary psychology in regards to mating. And he's fantastic. Buss School of Psychology is amazing. And you actually read a person who's like a world-renowned expert on this topic. And you hear about all the nuance. And I love Dr. Buss because Dr. Buss understands the nuance and the cross-cultural studies and so much data. And you were to read some of the more red pill, doctrinal books, you'll be like, wow, like it's literally like reading Dr. Seuss and reading something like Hamlet. It's like night and day difference. And so to me, I think I acknowledge that a lot of their ideas are truthful, like any ideology, right? Or whatever the heck word they're using nowadays to convince people that's not an ideology. Yes, those things there's truthfulness in it, but there's a whole lot of lies and a whole lot of information that is not statistically accurate. And that's why I've always recommended people to read books like The Evolution of Desire by Dr. David Buss, and then simply read whatever red pill literature that you want and juxtapose those two ideas. And you'd be extremely astonished to the differences.
Well, it's just because everything you're saying is very broad.
Yeah.
So you even said like their teachings on marriage, because like from my understanding of red pill is that they're not anti-marriage or pro-marriage. They're anti-marriage as it is today and the way the laws are today. And do you disagree with that?
So I'm gonna give you an example, and I'm excited because I'm really excited about the way you're processing this.
Yeah.
So let's go into marriage. So here's a fundamental challenge. Okay. So red pill is very broad.
Okay.
Very broad, right?
Really? I don't think so, actually.
You don't think so?
No.
So do you think a person like Alpha Male Strategies teaches the same exact ideas as Coach Greg Adams?
I know more about Alpha Male Strategies than Coach Greg Adams. I haven't watched a lot of Coach Greg. AMS, he's like, the fuck these hoes to sleep.
Yeah, but he's evolved. That's old school AMS.
I don't know. If a guy tells me he watches AMS, I'm like, I gotta run.
Yeah, but even to that point, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, I gotta run.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of there's individuals like Steffes Cole. I'm not sure if Steffes Cole still calls himself Red Pill, but you have the Steffes Cole guys.
Right.
A lot different than Coach Red Pill.
Okay.
A lot different.
Okay.
So what I'm articulating is that within the red pill umbrella, there's a diversity of individuals.
Yeah.
There's far right, there's guys who are a little bit more balanced. So what usually happens when we're having this conversation, which requires so much nuance, and I'm glad we're able to dive into it, is that when you're describing the red pill, what people want to do is one of two things. You either want to steel man them or you want to straw man them. The argument that you're probably feeling like, and some people may feel like, is I straw man them, right? You pick the worst ideas of the red pill, the worst content creators, and then you define the red pill as that. But then on the flip side is a steel man, where you find some of their best, brightest ideas, ignore all the negativity, nonsense ideas, and define that as a red pill.
No, I mean, to me, it's like there's a base set of ideas, and people have different ideas of what to do with it.
Who defines the base set of ideas?
I would say that I think that's mostly who defines the base. I would say Rollo Tomasi. I think he seems to be like leading that like today, but before it seems like it was Patrice O'Neill possibly.
So you think Patrice O'Neill was?
No, I think a lot of like It seems like a lot of ideas derived from him, but it seems like it goes around Rollo Tomassi. That's what it seems like.
So the interesting part of the conversation, going back to the red pill conversation, because I know you want to talk about this, is that there is no single source. There's no doctrinal source. There's a lot of individuals who've written their books and shared their ideas as red pill. And depending on what school of thought you're in, a lot of individuals will say, well, that's not red pill for me. He's not red pill for me. Maybe in your world, he's red pill for you. And some people, red pill for them might be Coach Greg Adams. People, red pill for them might be Fresh and Fit. People, red pill for them might be AMS. People, red pill for them might be Coach Red Pill. People, red pill for them might
But they all seem to say the same ideas.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
It's
like, so I'm just like, if we're going to say they're different, like what is different?
Okay. So in regards to each individual, I can't get into the nuances of each individual. So there are some individuals who are, when it comes to marriage, are explicitly marriage. I think the whole institution of marriage in the Western world is done. It's over. It doesn't work. It's a failed system. X, Y,
I agree.
X, Y, and Z. Cool. So that's why why red pill aligns to you, because those emotional sentiments rock with you. So then it's
not emotional. It's because of the way it is legally.
100%. So those legal sentiments rock with you, and we can get into how does those things fleshed out. But then on the flip side, which you have other individuals who say, well, in actuality, well, I do believe that in the sanctity and the beauty of marriage. And if you're going to do marriage outside of the state, I'm all for it, right? So yeah, some people is like, even with or without the state, institution is broken, women are broken, society is broken, doesn't even matter. Then some people are like, well, outside of the state, I support it, I agree with it.
It seems like their prescriptions are different, but their description is the same.
Yeah,
typically. So like they'll say these are the flaws in women, these are the flaws in marriage, but like they have different prescriptions. So some people will still go through with it with a prenup, and other people will say screw it all together.
And so prescribing a behavior is telling people what to do. And telling people what to do also creates a form of an ideology. So if I say I have 10 rules that I believe men should follow, and then say I have no ideology, that doesn't make any sense. So to me, an ideology isn't a bad thing. I have an ideology. You have an ideology. Every human has an ideology. So my biggest...
I want to talk about this right here. Dude got 500,000 subs with 3,000 views of video. I want to know what the hell is up with that. What is up with all these big YouTube accounts getting in my account? Some of my critics have 3 times as many subscribers as me, and they're getting less than 1,000 views a video. What is that about?
This argument is not that the ideology is bad, but don't lie and say that you don't have an ideology when we all have an ideology. So in regards to the original question about the red pill, I believe a lot of what they say is half truths. And like I said, for example, if you really analyze human and male nature and female nature, there's a lot of really dark and disturbing things about female nature when you can get to the rawness of it, right? And if you were an individual and you were simply communicating those raw, dark truths about what was true, it could be very simple to realize that, wow, man, these are really, really bad things.
I'll give you an example. Felons have 30% more children than non-felons.
I love it. So I don't. So you just threw out a number. I've never heard that. You have nothing to back it up. So another example is
passive aggressive.
I'm sorry, we got to stop there. What happens in this community? What happens with the people who have this school of thought? They'll throw out numbers. Where did that stat come from?
Where did it come from?
Where did it come from?
Off the top of my head, I don't know, but it's easy to Google.
I know
like if you Google it, it's like at the top of Google.
It's easy to Google, right? But the reality of the matter is, when people are sharing their statistics and numbers, a lot of times they don't know. They can't even tell you the primary source. So
right, because it's like off the top of your head, you're not going to know. Like
100%.
Right
but why should I believe you? Why should I believe you?
Yeah, okay, but if I'm saying if I got you the stat, I could look it up now.
I know you could look. You can take your time. We can pause the episode. You can look it up. But my point is that a lot of times in this community, they'll throw statistics and data at you. You're not privy to the statistics and data. Some of it is true, some of it is false, right? And I can go into some of the truths and false as well. And so because you're not able to simply look things up, you're in a conversation where you're like, okay, I'm gonna give this person the benefit of the doubt. But if the dispel whether this person's communicating the truth or not.
Yeah, but it's easy to just like Google it.
I know, but what I'm saying is, listen carefully. If you and I are having a podcast conversation and you have 15 data points that justify your worldview, but you don't know the source, you don't know the primary, secondary source, we could stop this episode, and every time you pull up numbers, we could look at it. You can look them up. You can pull them up. You can show it to me. But that's going to take too long. So usually in conversations like this, you're not able to. So there, what you're forced to do in these conversations is whenever someone gives you a statistic, the individual's called to believe it. And I've seen that happen myself because I'm a data person as well. You've consumed my content, so you know some of it. I'm a data person myself. So when I share data, there's times where I was like, oh, well, that number was wrong. But because we're in the middle of a conversation, people simply believe me. And so to me,
which is fine, then you just update it.
I know, but in the midst of the conversation, when we're having these conversations and when we're sharing all these data, a lot of people spew data and numbers. They don't be truly false.
I understand sometimes misinformation happens.
100%, and it's not perfect. I'm not saying you're trying to deceive me, but what I'm saying is that there has to be a level of accountability when we're saying this is the truth. So for one of the things that I've been improving on in regards to my speech is that if I share a number, if I really don't know the primary source or I'm not willing to pull it up immediately, right, I'll say, well, you know what, I think this is the number, or I'm not sure this is the number. But what happens is when you say 100.
Does anybody know what the hell he's talking about? I mean, this is what I say. Too many words. Too many words. If you ever see me with a debate with somebody, like when me and Lucario and the other guy were debating, and they were taking forever and ever and ever, more so Lucario as opposed to the other guy, to get to the point, you fucking lose me. It's too many words. It's a word salad. You need notes. I'm gonna start bringing notes to my debates.
110%. This is true. The divorce rate in America is 50%. It is true. And then you share these explicit narratives. And then when you simply analyze them and break them down, you realize that's not the case.
Yeah, but then you switch it. But I don't think it's wrong to just say a number.
It's nothing wrong.
And then I look it up and it's right. Like I've looked that up before.
But that's not what I think you're getting lost. You're getting lost in the specific point. I'm talking about the meta point. The meta point is that when people are communicating statistics, the audience is totally dependent upon the orator. And if that person says, I am the bearer of the truth, a lot of times in the midst of a conversation, a lot of people communicate numbers that may or may not be true. So my biggest thing is that when a lot of these individuals are communicating numbers, I'm the kind of person where I'm like, hey, let's stop, let's analyze them, and let's see whether they're true or not.
Is there a common talking point that isn't true that you're thinking of?
I think one of the biggest conversations that is not discussed is how marriage has changed from the 90s till today.
Okay, go on.
If you look up the divorce rates, divorce rates have been decreasing from the 1990s until today. There's a lot of different studies and a lot of different analyzation.
Go on.
A lot of different. So, are you listening or are you trying to talk?
I'm listening.
I'm curious.
I'm listening.
Because you kind of seem like you're waiting for me to stop talking.
See, what happened was he didn't know what the hell he was talking about, and you could tell by the way he started stuttering. So now he has to make it seem like, you know, oh yeah, you coming for me, or you just listen to disagree? Yeah, we can see through that.
So you can say something.
No, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay. So he in regards to the divorce numbers, a lot of the divorce numbers that are communicated today, they're not also, those are a lot of previous numbers. And when you're factoring into the trends that are leading to the lowering of divorce rates, as well as all the different cross-cultural analysis of divorces, there's a lot that can be learned about divorces. So in regards to the Western world and a lot of the divorces having issues, they're 100% right. We have to communicate. Well, here's the reality. The divorce rate has been going down. And why has the divorce rate been going down? And the reason why the divorce rate is going down is because we've learned a lot of this about marriage, about divorce, about why the divorce rate skyrocketed initially in the 1970s to begin with. And so there's a lot of, when you hear a number, statistics are great under the broad scope of a conversation. But when you're really trying to dive deeper into what's going on in today's society, statistics tell you a story. Right. So once you understand the story behind the number, then you can understand why the number is practical. So in my question is, so one of the biggest things that we've worked on is that if we're going to give a number, we want to also tell the story behind the number and how is that beneficial to improving the lives of people today. And so to me, that's one of my different different points of view is that if you're simply holding on to any worldview and the worldview is communicating certain things that may or not be true or may not be painting the whole picture, is this for the purpose of benefiting society or is it for the purpose of perpetuating a narrative?
Wouldn't you say that the divorce rate's going down because people aren't getting married as much?
So think about it like this. Let's talk about divorce rate is by percentage. So let's do some numbers because you seem like a very analytical girl, logical girl. Let's talk about some numbers.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
if the system of marriage is broken, right, and 1,000 people get married.
Oh, I see. The rate would still be. I see.
Okay.
I see.
So let's do it for the people, right? Remember, the red pill argument is the system is broken. So that means anyone who engages in this institution, whether or not you do it, it's broken. It's not going to work. It's going to lead to a 50% divorce rate. So if 1,000 people get married, therefore it should be 50% divorce rate. But then if 900 people get divorced, and 10 years instead of 1,000 10 years ago, now 900 people get married, and that divorce rate is 40, not 50 where it was before. The question that must be asked is, these 100 people, why did that number change? If the system was broken, and therefore whether it's 1,000, 900, 800, 1,200, 1,100, it should be the same thing. But if the number went down, but then the divorce rate decreased by percentage, why did it go down?
So there is more Thailand coming, more Thailand content coming soon. I'm thinking about going to a few more temples or like some island hopping or something today. I need to do something today. I actually had some Thai chick hit me up in my DM, so I may have somebody to interview and get some experience out of. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for that super chat.
Who was not getting married, and how would it contribute to the increase of divorce rates in the past? And that's why I said the numbers will tell you a story. And if you don't know the full story, you don't know how the number is relevant to the lives of everyday people. And that's what I'm passionate about. I want to keep on saying it. A lot of the red pill arguments are true. A lot of them are true, mixed with a whole lot of lies. And we have to be honest. There is an ideological bent, and there is a for-profit bent for the ideologies. But if we're simply going to stop there and not do a deep dive in analyzing the study, if we don't sit down and analyze every single statistic number and juxtapose it with the leading experts in the world who are also studying these things, we don't have a full, complete message to share to men and women for the benefit of society. Because to me, if we're genuinely saying that the red pill message is the truth, if it is indeed the truth or an attempt to convey the truth should only make society better. It should only make men better. It should only make women better. It should only create a better world for us. And so to me, when I see an ideology, when I see a praxicology, whatever the heck they're calling it nowadays, when I see a worldview and I'm looking at it, I'm analyzing it, and I'm understanding it, and I'm seeing all people who are leaders in it, and I'm seeing the inconsistencies in what they say and what they do, I'm saying that there's a deeper conversation with the numbers, and there's a deeper conversation with this type of information that is not being discussed. I'm glad we're doing it right now.
To me, it's like if it goes from 50% to 40%, who cares? That's right.
Don't do that.
Let me
Let
me
go ahead.
Because to me, people aren't getting together. I looked at the getting married rate lower than it's ever been. So it's like to me, it's just like men are getting a bad deal today. And they're signing a contract where women are paid to leave and take the kids. And to me, that's just, and especially in the UK, like I live in London, like girls, like your child support's literally dependent on how much you have the kids. So you're literally paid to take the kids away.
Okay.
So like to me, it's just like a bad deal. And even if you sign a contract and it's a 40% versus 50%, that's still not great.
You first and foremost, let's not be deceptive, right?
Okay.
You cannot.
I'm not being deceptive.
If you understand statistics, you cannot say a 10% decrease.
Now let me tell y'all something about somebody like this. If you pay attention to the way how he debates and compare how I debate, his body language, the amount of teeth he's showing to get his point across, he's using fear. He's trying to strike fear in Pearl to get her to agree. That's not there. He has no real solid talking point, so he's trying to bully his way into getting his point across, which I don't even think he knows what the hell his point is, because I've been lost for the past 15 minutes.
in the likelihood of something happening isn't a big deal. If there was a drug or if there was a disease and we said, you know what, the disease has a 50%. Let me finish. You told me not to cut you off. I'm not going to cut you off. Because I understand what you're trying to do right now. I was under the impression of this was be a certain kind of conversation, but I'm getting what you're doing right now. So if we want to make the conversation the way you want to make this conversation, it's no problem. So like I was saying.
The way I want to make the conversation?
Like I was saying, if there was a disease and a disease had a 50% fatality rate, and all of a sudden, 10 years later, even if the amount of people with the disease went down by 2%, 3%, 4%, whatever numbers you want to give, but then all of a sudden that disease has a 40% fatality rate. The fatality rate went down 10%. Well, we ask ourselves, yo, how did that happen? No one says, 50%, 40%, no big deal, so everything's the same thing. No, you're going to be like, wow, it's still high than we would like it to be, but it's a lot better than the way it was before. So what can we learn from that? What can we improve on that? How can we make that better? And so to me, going back to the ideology, my biggest thing is I'm all about how can we make the world a better place? And simply saying that 50%, 40%, that there's no big difference. It's deceitful. Deceitful. It is not communicating what's really going on. And so I think it's really cool. And I kind of now a lot of things are making more sense. But if we're going to have a real conversation about men and women in today's society and marriage in today's society, we have to get into specific details every single point of the conversation and understand the nuance to each issue. So if you want to get into men getting a bad deal in marriage, we can talk about that specific issue. But I think sometimes it's very easy to be able to stay in our echo chambers, in our silos, and share these ideas without having them fleshed out to somebody who can give us some pushback.
But I just think like you're missing the point. Like the point is that the laws don't favor men today. Like the point is it 50% or 40%? That's not the point. The point is that like right now it's a contract that women are paid to leave. And so if that's the way the laws are set up, I understand why men are walking away. Like I understand why they wouldn't push marriage.
So
Jacinto J. Lee, appreciate the Cash App you just sent. And I do want to let Robert know that I did get your Cash App and I will check my email.
Here's the deal.
Thank you.
So let's play your game. I love to play your game.
I'm not trying to like.
It's not. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm playing. I'm having fun.
Okay.
Don't wait till you're a content creator. We're having fun. We're having fun. Come on. Are we good?
Yeah. We're
okay.
Good.
We're having fun.
Good.
Game is just a word.
Okay.
We're having fun. Guys, we're having fun. This is content. We have lights. We have people here. We're having a good time.
Yeah.
Don't take anything personal.
Yeah.
Sometimes the pepper soup might be too spicy. We're just having fun.
No, I know. Go ahead.
Cool. So let's play your game.
Okay.
Let's say the system is all the way effed up.
Yeah.
Men are getting screwed left and right. What do we do now?
I think you change the laws. Like honestly, I'd like to run for an office someday. I'd like to actually try to change the laws.
I love what you just said.
Yeah.
I love what you just said. My question to you, you're very smart. When we said we should change the laws, how many people are getting into law? How many people are doing content to be able to change the laws, or versus how many people are doing content simply complaining about the laws? In your personal opinion, all feelings, no facts. Shout out to Andrew Schultz.
What percent of people are actually trying to change the laws
versus people complaining about the laws? All feelings, no facts. No, there's no analytics. There's no logical data for this.
I know. I don't know. I've met a lot of men's rights activists. They actually have a really. Have you ever talked to that community at all?
Yeah, of course. I've seen the Red Pill documentary. I'm familiar.
No, not even that. Like they have whole groups. I don't know. Like that's my.
You couldn't take. You're a smart woman. You have no educated guess in the world.
I don't think you're gonna like my answer.
I know.
I feel like there really aren't that many content creators in the red pill space. Like I think it's a genuinely small space on YouTube. So if I had to guess, there's probably more lawyers trying to change the laws.
Okay. So
or like lawyers that like defend men and that sort of thing.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. There's more lawyers.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is, let's say the laws are broken. I'm about solutions.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if you truly believe, if you're like, man, the system is broken, then the system got broken because somebody broke it. So you're saying that before the system was working. Is that safe to say? Was the system working before?
Before, yeah, but I'd say before no fault divorce, it was more fair.
Okay.
It was more fair.
So
Yeah.
so the system. So in
And birth
what's it,
control.
what,
I actually pin. I think birth control is
so
like
so
the root of all evil.
was it working? Was the system working?
Yes, more. It was
So
more fair before, I would say.
okay. So she said it
I've-
was working before
I said it was more fair.
was it working?
It was,
If it's broken now, it must have been working before.
yeah, it would
Or
seem,
was it always broken?
It would seem like that, yes.
I'm asking you a direct question. Was it broken? If you're telling me
Uh-huh.
right now it's broken, those are your words.
Uh-huh.
You said the system is broken right now. So
Mhm.
therefore, if the toy was broken today, does that mean the toy was not broken yesterday?
Well, because what I'm thinking is there's like multiple points that I would pinpoint that started to like cause the decline of relationships in the West. So it's like you could say no fault divorce, but like then I would also argue that birth control contributed. I would argue like that the beginning of feminism, because I don't believe in like first wave, second wave, third wave. Like I think there's multiple things. But I would say before it was more fair. Does that make sense?
Okay, so we'll stay in your lane.
Yeah.
I love what you brought up because no fault divorce in 1970s changed everything.
Yeah.
I keep on forgetting the name of the birth control. Is it Envoyed or Envoyed in 1950s? Forgot the name of the first birth control in 1950s. It changed the whole entire game, right? But you primarily said the system today is broken to not benefit men.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And so my argument is that if you had a community of guys who are investing all their money, all their energy, we're getting into law, we're supporting these people, we're putting these people on our platform. If we're putting these champions who are going to go into Congress and going to go into the local places,
that's a good idea. You should do that.
No, let's stop. Let's stop right here.
Yeah.
You said it was a good idea, right?
Yeah.
Why aren't those people doing it? Because you're the one who told me they believe the system is broken. That's what you told me. So therefore, if they believe it's broken, why are they not doing everything in their power to fix the system?
I think from their point of view, it's like it's more powerful for men to walk away because like women need an incentive for the laws to change.
Okay. So
if men walk away from relationships, I mean, I could think of like 10 girls off the top of my head that are mad because they won't get a ring.
Yeah,
you know.
So here is the reality.
Yeah.
Do you really believe? Do you like? I'm talking about solutions here.
Yeah.
So you're saying the better solution is for men to walk away from relationships. That's a better solution for society.
No, that's not my point of view. I said I think that's a lot of their point of view.
But you know Red Pill more than I do. You're the one teaching me earlier.
I'm saying that's their point of view.
Who's there?
I would say that's like the MGTOW group.
Okay, the MGTOW.
Yeah, the MGTOW
So
group.
do you believe that's a good solution?
Do I believe that's a good solution? It could be. I don't know. I'm not claiming I have all the answers.
Of course you don't have all the answers. We're just talking. We're having a conversation.
Yeah, so I have a couple solutions. So I have a couple ideas.
I want to hear the ideas.
Yeah, I'll tell you. The first idea I have, I'm going to start a wife school.
I love it.
Yeah, so we're going to turn 304s into wives.
Let's stop.
So that's my first idea.
Can we stop right there? Or do you want to go through all the ideas?
You asked me. I'll tell you.
I want to talk about that one. Don't forget that one. I want to talk to you about that one.
Yeah, I got you.
Keep on going.
I got you.
We're having fun, guys.
My second idea is I'd like to run for an office someday because I feel like in order the laws to change for men, women have to do it. So
I love it.
And if this was Pro's world, I'd get rid of birth control. I'd ban it, but that'll never happen.
A lot of men won't like that. A lot of the men, that's my guy right here. He said, "Hell no, you don't get rid of that, baby."
Yeah, if this is Pro's world, I'd ban birth control. I think that's the root of all evil.
Making a lot of noise. Austin, watch Coach Greg Adams' recent stream on men's jealousy. I blame simps and hating men for the problems in society. Guys like Hafeez are dangerous, and I honestly blame them for women's attitudes. Yes, I would 100% agree. I appreciate that super chat. Simps and jealous men are very dangerous to society. A jealous man will kill you behind a chick that won't even sleep with him.
And I'd actually go further. I'd go further.
Go ahead.
But I'm kind of extreme.
Say it.
I don't think women should vote.
Huh?
I don't think women should vote.
Lord Jesus, keep on going.
Yeah,
no women, you can't vote. No birth control. Keep it going.
No, because it's always freedom without responsibility. And
I
so,
love
like,
it.
the
Women
reason
should not vote. Pearly said it herself.
I'll tell you why, though. I'll tell you why. Because it's freedom without responsibility.
And
before women, like I believe in consequences for your decision. So the men know if they vote someone batshit crazy into power, you guys get drafted. We don't. women decide elections. We're 55% of the population. I think if we want to vote, equally draft us. Y'all want equality. And personally, I don't want to get drafted, so I'll be in the kitchen.
She said, women, no voting. Let's go. I want more solutions. Keep it going,
Yeah, yeah. This is it. This is my world. That'll never happen, though.
Keep it going. I love this.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Okay,
yeah.
so
you wanted to start with wife school.
Let's start with wife school. Man, we've gotten so deep in the conversation. I'm really excited. I hope you have a lot of time today because I really want to dive into everything that you want to go to.
Yeah.
Here is, I'm being honest with you, bro. Here is my only criticism of female content creators such as yourself.
Okay.
If I'm being 100% honest with you, I don't want to ever say anything behind your back, which I won't say to your face. I feel like you guys are pandering. I feel like you guys are pandering to a certain community of men who freaking like. It's like it's Pornhub, OnlyFans, Red Pill female content creators are all that gets them going. That gets them excited, right?
Wow.
So I
really on the same OnlyFans?
No, I didn't say no.
Okay, I'm slightly below it.
Slightly,
wow. Thank God.
You can't compete with them. I'm sorry. You can't compete with them.
Okay. And so wait. So the OnlyFans,
the Pornhub is number 1.
That's a 10. Like on like 1 to
yes.
And then where do the OnlyFans?
Depending on what she's doing on OnlyFans, it can go for anywhere from 9.5 to 8.
Okay, so let's do 8. So then where do we fall?
I would say the men love your content so much it'd probably be about 7.
A 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
About a 7.
Okay. So you think you said pandering, so you think I don't actually believe any of this?
No.
Because that's when I hear pandering, I look that up because people say that a lot.
Yeah.
And it basically means you just say things because you don't believe it and you just want the.
So if I want to clarify, I said if I said, because I don't, memory's a bad recollection at that time. If I said you are pandering, I was wrong.
Okay.
I feel like at times content creators, I didn't say you.
Okay.
Content creators like those pander.
Well, there's only a couple in the red pill space that are women. I would say,
so it's not about red pill though.
Yeah. No. Okay.
So to me, let me give you an example. Okay. I genuinely believe that there is a lot of nuance to your ideas. I genuinely do not believe you share all your nuance online. I genuinely believe you're an extremely smart content creator. I genuinely believe you understand what gets clicks, views, X, Y, and Z. I genuinely believe that you're an individual who's very calculating what you say and what you do. So therefore,
I was coached by you.
Listen. That's why it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart.
It breaks your heart.
It really does. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Why?
Because first we had an A session. You weren't coached by me.
I know.
We had A session. I can't put my stamp on that.
Hafeez, I'm kidding.
I can't put my stamp on that. We having fun. We just having fun, all right? So my belief is that deep down inside, I feel like you're a woman. How in the world do you believe everything a man believes? You should have nuanced positions. That's the beauty of the masculine feminine, where there's similarities and there's differences. So when I hear a logical woman, I definitely expect to hear her to communicate things that the logical male and female understands. But I also expect, because she's a feminine individual, and you believe men and women are different. So therefore, if men and women are different and both of them are communicating their ideas, there's going to be differences and nuances to their ideas. And so therefore, whenever I see, not saying you, because remember I told you this, I don't watch a lot of your content, so I don't know it. But whenever I see those pro male female content creators, and I see like they always have the same male talking points, and there's no uniquely feminine talking points that men won't agree with, but she stands in that because she is a woman and her ideas are different. Sometimes I wonder, is this person fully communicating how they feel, or are they at times pandering because they understand that by communicating this way to this audience, I'm able to do better? Not saying you're doing so. I don't want you to get mad at me, bro. I don't know your intention. I don't know you. I'm just communicating. So when you brought up do you want to respond to that? I was leading to the wife school point.
Oh, to the wife school.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say that I think it's more having like a father presence in our lives. Most of us.
What about your
mom? What do you mean? What about my mom?
Do you have a motherly presence as well?
Yeah, I did. Shout out, Jen.
When we want a prenup, all power to be to it. One of the things me and my friends had a great conversation about prenups, and I said the reality of it is the state has rules if your marriage falls apart. So you should have rules yourself. So this is what I was talking to Adam about the marital agreement. People don't realize prenup is like a smaller version of a marriage agreement, because prenup is only when it's only.
All right, I messed it up.
season 2.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, then I would host. You're right.
Yeah. Think about it. You can't if you are in Marriage Academy for 7 years in a row, you're like.
Yeah, but could I make the point with Kevin Samuels?
ahead.
I don't think he would have reached
the live stream with the pepper soup and all that stuff. I understand how it worked. Kevin Samuels talked a lot to me about those things that he was doing as well. So I 100%.
What timestamp was that
at? No, it works. But what I've also learned is that it comes a time and a place where you realize that the people, all they want is just sugar. You fed them sugar. All they wanted is sugar. They want no medicinal value. And if you're truly trying to give them medicine, sometimes you got to give them the most. You got to find that balance, and that balance is not pure entertainment. So if you are truly,
which is why I'm doing the school.
But when you
it's got to be bold.
When you said you're trying to bring 30, whatever that red pill word is, 304, whatever the heck it is. If you're trying to bring like, are you like that? That's entertainment. You're not even being serious.
Yeah.
If you really want,
what's wrong? What's wrong with being entertaining?
It's not.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with being entertaining.
Yeah.
But if you are trying to help women become better, and you're telling me you can get 10 hoes from down off Crenshaw to be on the show, who are you?
Why the hell does he get that passionate? Like, did you not hear the wind in his voice when he said hoes? Where is all this emotional, debating coming from?
Who is the show for? Men or for women?
Who's you can't save hoes? You can't help them?
Stop playing this game. The only reason you're bringing those.
You keep accusing me of playing games.
Games is a word. Pearly, where are you from? Where are you from? Where are you from?
Well, I'm from Chicago suburbs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You don't know none of the lingo. You know what's going on? You've been in the UK for too long. It's just words, girl.
No, I know.
You're having a good time. You okay?
Yeah, I'm
having a good time?
Yeah, I'm having a good time.
You need a break?
No, I'm okay.
Good. We're having fun. Game's just a word.
Yeah, I understand.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Guys, we're having fun.
Yeah.
So like I was saying, if you want to maximize helping women, and you're telling me you're going to do a show with the worst possible women, the most
rude, me, I'm going on the show.
No, I didn't say just you.
And my friend Jess.
Her, Jess, 10 hoes. What is going on?
Yeah.
What is
you gotta make it entertaining. No. You gotta make it entertaining.
Listen, I wouldn't mind. Let me clarify. If you had 1 hoe.
Okay.
2 hoes.
Or should I limit it? I can make it 3 hoes. Does that make it better?
If you having a few of them, but don't tell me the show was and you have them all hoes. Stop it.
I said 2.
Nah, now you said 2.
No. I said me and Jess. That's 2 that are.
And all the 304s.
Yeah. We're gonna bring that back. 304 to wife school. They needed the most.
No,
they needed the most.
Listen. Here's the reality.
Yeah.
When it comes to teaching, and I was a teacher.
Yeah.
You're gonna be a teacher in wife school.
No. I'm a student.
She's a student. What happened in season 3?
Oh yeah, maybe.
Okay, when she can be a teacher eventually in wife school.
Yeah.
Here's the reality. What's gonna happen? You're gonna realize the best students. You want your students to be successful. Why are you going? This isn't Coach Carter. You know what I mean? This isn't Lean on Me.
They make the best movies.
Listen, but you ain't the best teacher. You ain't the teacher that's gonna teach those people. You ain't gonna get the job done.
Hey, maybe I will.
So my thing is,
shoot for the stars.
Sure.
I'm sorry, I aim high, Hafeez.
She's shooting for the world star. She's shooting for the shade room.
Sorry, we aim high here. Sorry, we aim high here,
But
Hafeez.
see, I understand it. That's why I'm saying, if you want pure entertainment content, yes, get the, as you call them, the 304s.
Yeah.
But if you truly want to be a place where it's like, man, there's women who are healthy, who are productive, who are growing, who are improving, and men are looking at that like, man, shout out Pearly Thing. Look at all those amazing, classy women that are becoming wives. And then all the other women who want to be wives, like, yo, look at all these classy women who are getting better. I want to be a part of that as well. I'm seeing the results they're having as well. That's truly transformational versus just you just having another Love and Hip Hop, because that sounds like you're trying to make Love and Hip Hop, but marriage and hip hop.
What's Love and Hip Hop? Love and Hip, what's that?
Stop it. I'm done with you now. I'm done with you now. I'm done with you now. I'm done with you now.
I keep making these references. I don't know.
I'm done with you now. And now I know what game we're playing. But so to me,
lots of games here.
I love it. I love it. We
games.
having fun. This is fun. This is see, that's my thing. Red pill content, call it for what it is. It's fun. When we're serious, we're serious.
Do you think Kevin Samuels made an impact? Do you think he was trying to make solutions?
And Kevin Samuels was definitely not red pill.
You wouldn't say?
No.
Really?
No.
No? Oh,
No.
I guess they said he's the godfather of the manosphere. I guess
Kevin is not. See, and like
that's
I said,
what they used to call him.
I knew a lot.
Did they not call him the godfather of the manosphere?
Who? But that's different than red pill.
Oh, okay.
Manosphere and red pill is different.
Yeah, I guess. You
know what I mean?
True.
Like black pill is part of the manosphere whole, but it's not red pill.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It breaks down.
Yeah, fair enough.
So a lot of and the reason why I always go hard on the red pill stuff, I knew a lot of the people, the ones I respect personally. I knew them personally. I knew some of the best content creators for men personally on my phone right now.
Yeah, but can I make the point with Kevin Samuels? I don't think he would have reached as many people or had as much of an impact if he did not make it entertaining. I don't think if he was like, let me talk to the reasonable women on my show, I'll have as much of an impact. And I honestly think that Kevin Samuels changed like more lives than anyone in the in the manosphere. I think like he had the greatest impact out of everyone. Except maybe Andrew Tate. He was a little bit more.
Here's the reality.
Yeah,
you are such a smart woman, and this is the nuance of it.
Yeah,
you're 100% right. And Kevin has said it himself. If I did not provide the entertainment, the masses would not listen because the masses want the entertainment. But what Kevin Samuels would also talk about is how he was refining the message, as Andrew Tate is talking about, as they're refining the message to be able to better help the masses. But then you see it becomes challenging, right? You then have a challenge because then you get a certain stigma on the message. We understand there's a little bit of locker room talk, a little bit of entertainment. But what happens is it becomes a little bit more difficult. So what I'm saying is that every generation needs to do it better, right? If we're saying, okay, he was able to maximize reaching the masses, but then the message got lost because of the entertainment, because of certain things. So my biggest thing is that, okay.
Do you think his message got lost, Kevin Samuels?
I think Kevin Samuels' message got lost to a lot of people, and I think Kevin Samuels was intentionally doing things to improve it. And that's why I respect Kevin so much, because Kevin grew. Same with Andrew Tate. They understood that, therefore, when you're talking to the masses of people versus 1,000 people, 5,000 people, they understood these things, and they continue to improve.
Well, of course, you improve at your craft over time. Yes.
Yeah, but
I would absolutely agree. Kevin Samuels was red pill serving purple pill content, but I didn't know. Somebody did leave in the comments that he said that the average man shouldn't get married. I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
But you asked me, did the message get lost? Did it get lost to everybody? Of course not.
Yeah.
But what they understood, which is why they grew, because there is a better way of doing things. I've grown, right? And so to me, what I'm communicating to you is that if you're going to do content, you should look at the people before you and don't just simply try to get the most attention, because a lot of times people play this altruistic game. Like, I just want to help. No, you want views, you want attention, you want followers, you want dollars. You can't deny that. And to deny that is being facetious. There is a benefit of being the most entertaining popping YouTube channel. There is a selfish benefit. None of us are perfect from it. But my biggest thing is that when you realize, you know what, I truly want to impact the most individuals. And if I'm going to do that, bringing the most ratchet girls on a show called Wife Academy. Do you know a show called Charm School on VH1? Or Bad Girls Club? That's what you're trying to do.
Charm School? When I was explaining this idea, somebody told me about Charm School.
Or Bad Girls Club. That's exactly what you're trying to do. Like, that to me is like, yo, that's just pure VH1 reality show garbage. If you're truly trying to make a change, find teachable women. There's a whole community of teachable women in today's world who want to learn, who want to grow, who want to be better wives.
But
why don't you focus on that?
Why aren't you doing it? Is he? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I've never heard of anything that he's done. He needs to find those women, and he needs to do that himself. Illadre says, this guy's unintelligent. Austin, you would crush him, and he can't debate out of a Taco Bell box. Yeah, I would agree. Bring him on to the show. That's why I'm doing this, because I think he called me out. Anybody that says anything about somebody being 23 years old in this space has to be talking about me. I've seen it on Danika's channel. She had somebody drop a super chat that he might as well have said my name. He said there's a 23-year-old. Who else is 23 years old? I don't know.
entertaining show, then you get the people that actually want to learn.
No,
that's because it hits, because you hit the most people, so the one it resonates with. It's not just gonna be like I told you, I'm gonna be doing it.
Here's
too.
the reality.
Yeah.
You and I both understand audience capture. And let's keep it 100, because either you're oblivious to how YouTube works, or you're being utterly delusional in front of your people, which I don't believe you're delusional. I believe you're very smart women. So I hope it's not that you're oblivious to this, how it works. There is audience capture. Here, perfect example. If I am going to make Chick-fil-A, what kind of food do I want? I want chicken. My mindset going here is I want chicken. If Chick-fil-A starts serving seafood, I don't want seafood from Chick-fil-A. So Chick-fil-A has captured an audience that wants these things. So for content creators, if your primary form of content is, let's say, playing video games, you're like, you know what? I'm going to do video game content to be able to reach the masses. And all of a sudden, I'm going to then teach my rocket science on the side.
But it wouldn't just be hoes. That's what I'm telling you. I'm doing it too. I'm the main character on my channel.
No.
I'm the main character. Yes, I am.
You literally just said it's you, your friend, and a bunch of hoes.
Yes,
you're not being serious.
Yeah.
Let's stop playing this game. This is why
it's not a game.
This is why the red pill people, you guys are acting dumb. You know what you're doing. You know you're doing this for the views and the clicks and the likes. Stop playing these games.
I have 100% said it is going to be an entertaining show.
You're bringing hoes who don't want to learn. Come on.
How do you know they don't want to learn?
You said that biggest 305. Come on, stop it, please. You can trick the people in there. You're not tricking me.
I'm not tricking anybody. Why do you keep like accusing me of things? And it's just like, okay.
Is this too much for you?
No,
I can calm down.
No, I'm good.
I thought we were having fun.
Okay.
You want entertainment, right? You want views. Okay. You're the one who said you want entertainment.
Okay.
Now I'm giving you entertainment. Now
okay.
You want entertainment, having a good time.
Okay.
We're having a good time, ladies and gentlemen. My point is that I understand that you have to provide entertainment. And when you make things stale like broccoli, nobody's going to want it. I understand that. But what I'm saying is that if you're telling me the biggest issue that's destroying society is the point that you brought up about the issues between marriage, and you believe your solution is an academy for women, why won't you get the women who want to actually?
My name is not Holleman either. Y'all keep spelling my name wrong. The name is in the YouTube channel.
Learn. Why won't you get the healthy, positive women that want to learn?
The way I think about it is I'm gonna have more screen time anyway, and then you get like it's like you always want a contrast of personalities and you're trying to make it funny, and so it's like
is it funny or is it be helped?
I think
what's the purpose of the school?
I think you can do both, and maybe you feel like it can only be one.
No,
maybe can you let me? You keep cutting me off. This is my channel.
It's actually my channel today. It's my channel today.
It's not like, and it's like I think you can be entertaining and helpful at the same time. I just think you reach the most people through entertainment, and I feel like if you have an entertaining and you have one character that's actually trying to learn, or two characters that are actually trying to learn, it's like they're trying to overtake like the world of hoes, and it's like. Then you can see the progression, and I feel like you'll still have people that want to learn that'll sign up. But that's just my
think about it. What? So Michael,
I'm going to have more screen time than the other girls because it's my show.
So here's the question.
Yeah.
Season 3, you end up getting married.
Uh-huh.
You're no longer on the show because you obviously can't be. No, sorry, you can't be in this school multiple seasons. Are you getting kept back?
No. I mean
what happened season 2?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, then I would host. You're right.
Yeah. Think about it. You can't if you are in Marriage Academy for 7 years in a row. They're like, yo, something's wrong with this chick right here. How's she in this 7 years in a row? So after season 1,
then we coach. Yeah.
Now you're gonna be coaching.
Yeah.
Who's all gonna be in the audience?
Who's gonna be in the audience?
Who's gonna be the students now?
Well, it's kind of like a show. Like it would be you would have a mix. It would be a mix.
50-50. 90-10?
I don't know, Hafeez. I'm just trying to get season 1 out.
Okay.
I really haven't thought about season 2, 3, 4, and you keep trying to like hammer me out the details.
I thought honestly, you told me this. You had a plan. I thought you had a plan. I thought you had when people
for season
1 year, 3 year, 5 year.
Not really. Honestly, this whole content creation thing, I've just kind of like done the best I can. I don't really think
Let me tell you what he just did. When people aren't doing shit with themselves, they'll try to cherry pick. They'll try to nitpick at something you're doing. Well, how's this gonna end up? Or what are you really doing? All they want to know every goddamn detail because they ain't doing shit. So they gotta pick it apart to make it sound like something wrong with you. Cause I've seen this guy before. I don't know how the hell he got on Valuetainment, but I don't know what has he done? Who is this guy?
To be fair.
I know.
Yeah, but it's like it works out pretty well. I'm almost at 500K. Subscribe.
Honestly, that to me, if I'm being real, I know a lot of you guys love those numbers. To me, those numbers don't mean anything.
Okay.
Because it's about genuinely what are you out to do? Because I think and this
What
is where I'm not picking on you. A lot of people in this space, they genuinely, the scoreboard is views, it's subscribers, it is dollars. The scoreboard for me is seeing men's lives transform. It's seeing actual healthier families in today's society, seeing the system and seeing all those unhealthy things no longer existing, and now there's better men, better women, better future. That's a scoreboard for me. And so at the end of the day, every single decision that we make should be for the purpose of creating healthier men and women in the future. And so if the scoreboard go ahead. I lost my train of thought.
No, go ahead.
I was kidding.
Go ahead.
If the scoreboard is simply views, likes, and subscribers, and then I respect that. But keep it 100. Keep it 100. I'm not mad at it. If it's entertainment,
why can't you do both? Why does it have to be one or the other?
You can't do both, but be honest.
You can't do anything if you don't make money.
But here's the deal. But be honest what you're doing. That's my thing. What do you? If you're being 100% real, primarily, can you be honest? Primarily, because there's no thing is like 50-50. There's no perfect what's that word? Asymmetrical split, right? If you're being honest, you're just building this as you fly. You don't know these things. You're new here. You don't really know what's going on. And so to me, I'm not holding you to the same standards I hold myself to. A lot of those other content creators, they're older men. They've been doing this for a long time. There's a lot of wisdom that I'm like, yo, I'm a 32-year-old man who's just figuring life out. I'm a young man. I don't have the wisdom as these older dudes. So I hold them to higher standards. We're just having fun. You're new here. You're just figuring stuff out. You're just copying, pasting some of what they say to you. You're trying this out. You're going to learn. You're going to be better. 5 years from now, you're going to be a totally different person. How old are you?
I'm 25.
You're super young. You're young. See, I never get mad at the young red pill guys and girls. I don't get, because you guys are young. It's like a young feminist. Oh yeah, I don't want no babies. 25, sure. I'll see you at 35 with your beautiful husband and your children. And so to me, my pushback is I get that you're not where
how's he gonna diss with that wax suit on, shaking my head? I've never seen a man with this much bitch in his blood. This guy would take an L in any foreign country. Yeah. Doing all that shit. He's doing all that and all that yelling. Yeah, no, don't take that shit to Brazil. Those women like masculine men. And that, I'm sorry to tell you. Well, actually, I'm not sorry. That all that behavior he has is not.
I get that you're not where you need to be right now. And it's okay because you're on your journey. But my biggest thing is that if we are being honest, and we're saying that if this is the big, like they're telling me the biggest issue in today's society is to break down the family. The biggest issue is the law. If these are the biggest,
Will, I don't know what you're talking about. Auston has to let overseas women women overseas react to his content. Yeah, that's a good idea. Have some. It depends on what type of content you're talking about, though.
Issues, and I'm like, why is not 90, 80, 70% of the energy being put into these things? If this is truly the biggest issue, I truly believe the biggest issue is that we're not building strong, competent men. That's why I sacrifice everything that I own and everything that I've done to put all my energy into that. I am, as Patrick Bet-David said, a true believer in what I'm communicating. And so to me, I just got to be honest. If you're simply doing this for fun, for views, for likes, you're just figuring things out, call it for what it is. But let's not play this game like we're these altruistic individuals who don't care about these other things when we do. And it waters down the content.
I've never played a game where I pretend that I don't want to make money and get subscribers. Like I want that too, but I just think you can do both. I think you can advocate for men and make money at it. I don't see the problem.
And the reality
And
is,
I think you can start to build solutions and make money. Like
of
I think
course.
everything, like you can't build anything without money. You
Of-
can't build that like nothing.
But if the product,
no one's doing a charity here.
if you're telling me my
Uh-huh.
my goal is to help men,
Uh-huh.
and I need to make money, but the way I'm making money is hurting men,
Well, I'm not hurting men. You don't.
Who
You
said you? I didn't say you,
okay.
girl. Why are you taking this
Yeah,
personally?
no, but I'm like,
Why are you taking this
I'm
personally?
not.
Am I hitting a sore spot? Is
I-
this what bothers you at night?
No, you're not hitting anything.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
You're having
chill
a good
out,
time.
chill
You're having a
out,
good
chill
time.
out,
You're having a good time, guys. You're having a good
But
time.
it's like I don't know. I think you can do both.
Of course.
Yeah.
But my thing is that as you grow,
Mm-hmm.
you realize that dang, some of the stuff I was doing yesterday
Mm-hmm.
which I thought was good,
Uh-huh.
is not beneficial today. It's
Uh-huh.
not moving people forward today.
Mhm.
It's not helping men and women.
I want to pause this real quick because I don't know at what point in the video he calls me out, but I did see. I'm gonna just play O'Shea Duke Jackson's video. I'm waiting on those It's Bad shirts. Yes, I contacted the designer last night, man. I'm trying to get the It's That Bad move from the sleeve somewhere else in the shirt, and this dude's taking forever. Otherwise, I would have been had those ready, man. I'm gonna contact him again after this. Oh, he said foreign women react to this dating coach's content. Yeah, his talking points. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go to the video that I was talking about. That dude is exhausting to listen to.
It's your boy. And unattractive men are complaining.
You don't understand that?
Sure. Like, let's be honest. Let's stop playing this game. What kind of men are walking away? What kind of men are walking away? Is it really the men that women want, the really attractive, handsome, successful men that are walking away? Or is that really what's going on? Or is it the 23-year-old who can't have any? You say, I'm walking away from women. They walked away from.
Now, who the fuck else would he be talking about? Because 23 is a hell of a number to pull out. I don't know. Let's go, because that was
walking away. What kind of men are walking away? Is it really the men that women want, the really attractive, handsome, successful men that are walking away? Or is that really what's going on? Or is it the 23-year-old?
Why do you see how angry he is? He's very mad. That was a sneak diss. But I would love to go up against him in a debate. Because me just sitting there saying nothing would destroy him. I could literally just sit. That's why that's not that I try to do that, but I just listen to people when I debate. And when they realize they don't get that much of a reaction out of me, they start to cry.
Away, or is that really what's going on? Or is it the 23-year-old who can't have any? You say, I'm walking away from women. They walked away from you first. So my biggest thing with some of this protesting is who's protesting. Because it's so funny, because what happens is you have all these guys on the internet saying, I don't do relationships. And I know them in person, and they have girlfriends. They have wives on the side. They don't tell people these things. No one's walking away but the foolish kids who are watching this content online. Those guys not walking away. You think they're living without women? You think they don't have a relationship? You think they don't have any kids?
No,
Come on. Stop playing this
I said
game.
walking away from no games. No game.
Not you. Not you.
No, so I know I'm saying like they're walking away from marriage. And you can see that, and you can see that because the marriage rates are lower than 50% of women that hit 30 are single and childless.
So
I would.
Who's walking away? Are the billionaires walking away from marriage?
Yes, motherfucker. Yes.
Are the heiresses walking away from marriage?
The first person that comes into my head is Leonardo DiCaprio. That man is not married.
What about George Clooney?
I mean, dude, seriously. He tried to bring up the billionaires like Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Elon. I mean, yeah, exactly. If you're debating and you cannot get worked up by somebody, because he has a lot of energy. Maybe 15, not 15, maybe like 5, 6, 7 years ago, if I debated him, I probably would get out of character. But now I've just gotten to a point where it's just like, let me go ahead and let you burn out all your battery, and then I'll respond, because you don't get anywhere. Yeah, he does. He needs to hit a blunt or something. He needs to hit a blunt. But this is the celebrity junk from O'Shea Duke Jackson. Shout out to him. That's where I got that from. We can play the rest of this little clip.
Women today. Once you understand those things, then you as an individual can adjust, can improve, and you will. You definitely will. You're 25. You're new to the space. You're gonna get so much better. And so what I'm communicating is that if there was a healthy balance, right? We've gotten on too far on the entertainment side, and we're not into the true life transformation side. And in regards, not saying you, not saying you, but I'm saying the content in general. And that's what I've seen, because I've been watching this content for a long time. You're new here. I've been watching this for a very, very long time. People that you mentioned, I've been watching them for a very, very long time. And to me, there is an evolution and there's a growth, which I love what I was seeing out of Kevin. I love what I'm seeing out of Andrew Tate. And that's what we need to make the society a better place. And that's all I'm advocating for.
I feel like you think Rollo Tomasi, I feel like I feel like he's the most, like, these are the solutions, these are the tools you need.
Solutions. I thought it was a praxeology, not ideology.
Well,
define for me a praxeology. Let's stop right there. Define. You want me to look it up, or do you want to look it up?
You can look it up.
I'm curious.
I think it's like based on.
I'm not a smart guy. I'm just a guy who likes to read books and share my opinion. I want to know what a praxeology is. I want to know praxeology. I'm not smart, guys. I'm just a guy. A praxeology is a theory of human action based on the notion that humans engage in purposeful behavior. Is this the right one?
Never looked up the definition. I don't know.
But how would you use a word if you never look up the definition?
I said that's what they say.
Oh, so you don't know?
Yeah, I don't know.
So you're just going off what they say.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I told you guys, you got to study these things. You got to study it for yourself. You can't just listen to somebody else and then go what they say. Look it up yourself and just be a blind witness.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't have the definition of a praxeology memorized.
Yeah. Well, if you're using a word, hopefully you know what it means. I'm not going to throw a word out there. I don't even know what that word.
His 300-pound girlfriend must have been drooling over your videos. His jealousy of you is oozing. This Smurf has me twitching mad. I'm walking away with $140,000 in the bank and another $350 after I sell my house. And that means that's your retirement overseas for good. Appreciate that super chat as well.
Word means because Jack and Jill tell me what it means.
No, I thought it was like my understanding of
the study of human action and conduct.
Yeah, like so, my understanding was it's like based on like reality and it's based on like data. It's not like ideology is like how you view the world, and a praxeology is like based on what is. That's my understanding.
Ideology is a system of ideas and ideals. If you have a solution to a problem, that is an idea. And so therefore, everyone has a unique set of ideas. Everyone has a unique set of solutions. And that unique set of ideas and solutions creates someone's ideology. So therefore, when you use the word praxeology, which you did not know what it meant, you just heard somebody else said it and then you spewed it out. Therefore, what I'm trying to communicate is that
I said that's what they say. That's what I said.
You heard what someone else said and you spewed it out.
Yes.
And the initial point which I was saying initially is that too many people, when they hear talking points online, they simply regurgitate them. They never analyze them for themselves. Everything that I said, guys, I'm just a man who likes to read books and share my opinion. I'm not Dr. Jordan B. Peterson. I'm not Dr. David Buss. I'm simply a man who likes to read books and share my opinion. Everything that I say, men and women, study it yourself, investigate it yourself, because that to me is an end destination. And so my biggest point in this conversation was that everybody has a system of practices. So you said that individual, whatever that guy's name, has solutions. Oh, wait, great. I'm curious, what is his solutions?
Oh, so he does money, muscle, game, frame. And so it's like, if you want to get better with women, it's like, get your money up, your muscles, game, and then
so
frame.
they're telling men what to do.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So they're
I think he says it's
Ronald Petita, I appreciate that hefty cash app you just gave me. Thank you very much. I truly appreciate that support.
It's like the tools that he gives men.
I don't want.
This is
let's move on from him.
And you can do what
let's
you want.
Let's move on from him because I don't want him to.
But this isn't your interview.
Huh?
Okay, this is.
I just know my rule of thumb is I know how certain people act. Then you mention their name is like freaking like mention Bloody Mary, they're gonna pop up in the mirror. I don't want. I want to focus on you and me conversation. Other people, other content creators. If they're not in the room, let's not talk about them. But you keep on going.
Okay. What is your position on marriage then?
To me, marriage is the greatest blessing you'll ever have in your life, or it can also be the greatest burden you'll ever have in your life. It's the single most important decision that you'll make in your life, and it's a serious.
That shit sounded so fake. But let me know if y'all want to finish watching this. It has like another hour left. Or I could give y'all an update on Asia for me. Let me know. I'm going to give y'all a couple seconds to respond. This dude is totally blue pill, though. He's blue pill. He's blue pill. Yeah, we don't want to finish it. So I didn't get a lot of sleep. I was drinking last night, if you follow me on Instagram. But I want to tell y'all this. I got this for 500 baht, which is like $12, right? If you are traveling anywhere, I highly recommend you get a bag like this little small bag. Okay, I keep all my stuff that I would keep in my pockets in here. When I was in Colombia, I lost both. For some reason, the last trip and this trip, I have lost the same debit card. I got in the Uber, lost my debit card in the Uber. I actually don't know where I lost it, though. My AirPods. I was in Colombia. Got in the Uber. I had on a pair of shorts. I usually do a good job of constantly packing my pockets every 5 minutes or so to make sure that I still have the stuff that I usually carry in my pockets in my pockets. So I keep my AirPods in here too now. Change, money. I keep my camera in here. My little DJI pocket camera. I keep that in there. I don't have time to keep losing shit. Now, if I was to get robbed with this, which is more likely in Brazil than it is here, that's fine. Because this is the same stuff I would carry in my pocket anyway. And when I'm out of the country, I only carry stuff that I'm willing to get robbed for. A phone can be replaced. AirPods can be replaced. Money can be replaced, but your life cannot be replaced. Please do not go to Colombia or Brazil talking about, oh, if I get robbed, I'm not going to give it up. They're going to have to show me. Because they'll show your ass. Because they'll show your ass. And they'll show your ass in the United States, but they'll for sure show you in these other countries. So, yeah, please. If you get robbed, give it up. It's not worth it. It's not worth you looking like a hoe or whatever y'all want to call it. But yeah. I even heard they have some bags. They have like a battery in them that you can charge stuff. Charge devices and all the electronics. You would wash him in the bag. Yeah, I sure would. I'm confident. He says in America, I can carry a gun on me, though. Yes, you can carry a gun. I carry a gun in the United States. But you can do that in Brazil, too. But I just haven't looked into, what are the specifications, of carrying a gun. But honestly, man, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it's not smart to carry a gun, but I think you'll be fine. I'm going. I heard Brazil has a little 2A, what do you mean? Brazil got jealous because you cheating with Thailand and took your debit card. Shirts, King, shirts. Yeah. I'm the shirt's on the way. Appreciate that super chat. The shirt's on the way, man. Can you not carry a strap in foreign countries? I'm confused. Even illegal, I'm toting and walking around with one or two homies can die everywhere fucking with me. Anywhere, I mean. Yeah, I mean, yes, you're right. Stuff can happen anywhere. You can carry, but I just don't know. I know you can, though, but I don't know what it takes. I had to look that up. That'd actually be a good video. What does it take to carry to protect yourself overseas? You can do it, though. But don't go anywhere alone. I mean, that's fine. Don't be afraid to go to these places. I mean, I'm gonna know people everywhere I go, so I'm good, but don't go anywhere alone if you're scared. Yeah, but this too. Jail in Thailand would be crazy. Yes, that's another reason why I don't even attempt. Because even if I do read it, crooked police are worse outside the United States. And the last thing you want to do is legally carry a gun, and then they say that you're not legally carrying a gun, and you end up in a jail in Colombia. No, thank you. But honestly, from my experience, guys, you don't have to tote anything. Especially if you stay in the tourist zones, you don't. Anything can happen anywhere, but the chances are slim. And that's another thing I want to say too. You guys have heard the stories about the checkpoints in Brazil. I cannot imagine going to a checkpoint, passing through a checkpoint, and then having to talk about why I have a gun on me. No, thank you. I don't even want to do that with the United States police. I damn sure don't want to do it with the Brazil or the Colombian police. That's probably I haven't been searched at all out here in Thailand, but crime is low out here. Where in Brazil and Thailand, it's not low crime. So just don't bring some people with you. Now, see this right here? I need a gun, like a 50 cal, but I prefer to use my fist. Fist only work when the other person wants to use fist. What percentage of women in Pattaya would you say are pros, bar girls, freelancers, happy ending? It's so many of them that you haven't seen me come out with a dating story yet. That's why I'm gonna go somewhere else, and I might go back to Bangkok. I know I've heard it's a lot less there, but just remember, Pattaya is the prostitution capital of the world. So, me getting an authentic dating story here is slim. That's why I haven't made one. That should be another thing that I am showing y'all, that my content is authentic. I could go get any prostitute off the street and just say, oh, I need you to answer some questions about modern women, this and that. Or how would you treat a man? Of course she's going to treat the man good. She's a prostitute. So I'm going to have to go to Bangkok and just, interview some regular chicks. P says, I know I kick ass, but I got to move smooth, no cap. Exactly. Yeah, like I said, fighting only works. Your fist only work when the other person wants to use their fist. You can be Floyd Mayweather and be whooping everybody. But if I don't want to fight and I got a gun, none of that shit matter. Now let's talk about the Philippines. It is not. I mean, I would rather go to Brazil, right? But I just moved out of the United States. The first 3 months are the crucial months for me. Let me tell y'all this. The stuff that I was paying for back home, I'm still paying for. An example, apartment, car note. I didn't get rid of all that. I told myself I'd give myself a little bit of time in case if let's say an emergency happens, I got to go back to the States. I don't want to go back and have nowhere to stay or no car to drive. So I told myself I'd give myself a couple months and then I get rid of it. So I know really yesterday said, oh, I know your finances. I know you can afford it. But yeah, I can. But again, I have to be realistic too. Shit happens. I mean, the pandemic happened, right? Imagine if this was January of 2022 and I'm jumping around spending all my money and then March comes around and I can't go anywhere. I'd be fucked. But I want y'all to know this too. The Philippines is not going anywhere. The Philippines has been there for thousands of years. Now, I do know it is an opportunity. But, hey, like I said, now I can go. But if you guys want to put a bookmark, I already have my flight. I had my flight paid coming here. I had my flight paid going to Brazil. Okay, I already had all that organized and paid for. If you want me to bookmark my itinerary, you're going to have to pay for it. It's not that I can't go there. It's just about being smart. Because I showed y'all yesterday, I have a ticket that is flexible that I can change. But it's also another $1,000 to change that. That's an entire month of living just about in Brazil. So imagine that. Imagine, God forbid, let's say something happened and YouTube was no more. Imagine me not having the money to get home. That's my point. I have a world tour that I promised you. I'm gonna go everywhere. But here's the thing. People say we have too many people in Brazil right now. No, the hell we don't. We have too many people in Rio. And there's not even too many people there. Who is in Salvador? Who is in Florianópolis? Who is in Belo Horizonte? Who is in Pernambuco? Who is in Recife? There's YouTube videos, but they're not saturated. And Auston has his own way of doing things. Okay. I'm one of those. I blew up because I was not afraid to compare. Now, Passport Bros has compared American women, but they were a little more politically correct, or they weren't as what am I trying to say? Vulgar. They were not as vulgar as I was. So I blew up because I would directly say to the camera, "Fuck y'all." You know. So me going to Salvador or interviewing chicks even in Rio, we all know my comparisons are going to be a lot more aggressive. So I have my own way of doing things. So I don't think that my content is like anybody else's. You got Natal too. There's so many cities. Let's look at the map together. Let's look at the map together. I do understand. It does make sense for me to stop by the Philippines while I'm right here 3 hours away. That's why I told Really yesterday, hey, I can leave like today. I can leave Thailand today and go to the Philippines for a week and come back and catch that flight that I had already paid for. Or we can switch it up and I can pay another $1,000, $1,300 difference. No. I mean, it's not a no. But I already had it paid for with my money. So if you want me to bookmark my shit, I'll do it if you pay for it. It's not me begging for money. That's just me being real. So let's look at all these major cities that you could visit. Well, let me say that I can visit to give you. There's so much content in Brazil that has not been tapped into. Yeah, I'm going to Salvador next. I'll be in Rio for a little bit. What's going on, Mike? So for some reason I can't pull this up. Anyway, you have Manaus, which is like an Amazon. You can see it's right there on the river. It's in the Amazon. I'm pretty sure those women are not the same as the one in Rio. The environment is not the same as Rio. It's going to be a completely different experience. You got Brasilia here. That's where the president lives. It's not going to be, that's like comparing Orlando to Washington, D.C. It's not going to be the same. Now down here, Porto Alegre, I think that's where all the Germans and stuff are at, are down there. They're down in South Brazil. I heard it's not too safe for colored people to go down there, but I'll get some more information on that. Florianópolis, another beach city, beautiful city. I seen DJP do a video over it. It's not the same as Belo Horizonte, which has no beach. But they say Belo Horizonte has the sweetest women in all of Brazil. I've heard somebody say that. But then you got Rio, that it's not the sweetest of Brazil, but it's the hookup culture center of Brazil. You got São Luís, North Brazil, completely different than Rio. You got Salvador, the black Brazil. 85% of Salvador is black. But then down here in Porto Alegre, that's mostly white, from my understanding. You got all these are just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's over 20 cities because they didn't even throw in. It's a few in there that they didn't throw in, like Amazonas. So in order for me to step on all of that, or I shouldn't say step on, but for me to record all of that, I'll be in Brazil 2 years straight before I can hit all of that. I'm not going to do that because I'm not staying in Brazil during the wintertime. Whenever March comes around, I'm going to Europe. I'll be in the northern hemisphere. I'm running away from the winter. Yeah, and Brazil gets cold. Now, over here, east, northeast, north and northeast Brazil, from my understanding, Salvador too, from like here up, it's not going to get cold. From my understanding, I've never been to this part of Brazil, but from looking at the weather, when I was in Rio and it was long sleeve weather in May, in Salvador, it was still 85 degrees, 87 degrees and sunny. So from my understanding, it's closer to the equator. It's not going to get cold, but yes, down here in this area and all that, they have snow, ice in the wintertime. But even Rio can get in Rio, I was shivering at nighttime one time. So it gets pretty cold for Brazil. I mean, you would think Brazil is always hot. It's not always hot in most areas. Yeah, a lot of Germans fled from the world. A lot of Germans and Italians fled after World War II and went to South Brazil. But I heard that they were even there in the 1800s before. So might have just been a natural, immigration that went on to the Americas whenever they did that. Yeah, Brazil has snow. Let's look at because I'm gonna show y'all exactly what I want to do. So in the American winter and fall months, I will be in the southern hemisphere. This area, South America, South Africa, well, south of the equator, Africa, Southeast Asia, Australia. Because it's hot. In December, it's hot down here. In December, it's cold up here. Vice versa. On the other side of the seasons too. So while I'm in Brazil, right? We know I'm not leaving Brazil the entire month of February and first week of March. I will be there that entire time for Carnival. I'm not leaving. That's not even negotiable. But I'm gonna go there after this. Then I'll be in Colombia. Then I even thought about hitting South Africa. South Africa. I don't know about Australia. I heard that they still have a hard, like a COVID thing going on. I think that's ridiculous, but yeah, don't even ignore that dude that's talking crazy in the chat. But South Africa. Now, March comes around and it starts warming up in the northern hemisphere. I go to Europe, places like Romania. Poland is too close to Ukraine, and so is Romania. So hopefully the war should be over by then. If it is, I'll go for sure. But yeah, anywhere that's close to where Putin is blowing up stuff, yeah, I don't even want to get caught up in that and be some sort of refugee or being held hostage. I don't know about that. But Romania, Czechoslovakia, damn, I couldn't say that. Poland, Germany, Spain, and for sure Portugal. For sure Portugal. Now I can do the entire spring and summer of Europe. And then I'll play it fair. Sometime we'll find time to go here to the Philippines. I can actually do that in January, but I had to get solidified and sit down somewhere. And then here's another thing. I've been in Thailand for 10 days. What is it? 8 days now. And you guys have not seen one interview with one woman. What does that tell you? It's not that there's not any women. Now, but take that with a grain of salt because I'm going to another city. Scratch that. Just don't worry about that. That'll be coming soon. Oh, I forgot about this too. So this area is warm year round. The Caribbean. I have to go to Nicaragua and Panama. Have to. Costa Rica. I need to just draw out where I'm going to go month by month. And get content. But I got a feeling that the Caribbean is going to be a little more westernized with those women down there. It's close to the United States. Now, I've seen some propagandists in one of my comments saying that Thailand is Pookie and Ray Ray are in Thailand. What a dumbass. I have not seen one Pookie out here. And this is the pay-for-play capital of the world. They would be here. I have not seen one. I've seen men that got their shit together. That's what I've seen. And I've seen mostly white men. It's not even... There are so few black men here. All of the black men I have met recognize me from YouTube. That's how few there are. If I met 50 of them, I would say it's not all, but damn near all. It's like 40 of them recognize me. So no. Pookie and Ray Ray are not out here. Chiang Mai. I thought about Chiang Mai. Zuna Thailand told me go to Phuket or Chiang Mai. Yeah, I'm starting to realize that. I've had white men and black men since I've been in Thailand that have, damn, I know you from somewhere. I'm like, wow. Okay, that the videos did go viral. Right. Peru and Costa Rica. I've heard a lot about Peru. That's where what is it? Lima. That's where that city's at, right? I've heard this about Paris. I'm gonna go there too. But I'm gonna actually sit down and just write out where I'm gonna go. I want to talk about the video that I put up about the Sanctuary of Truth. That video didn't do too good. The vlogs I've been posting, they've been doing very well. But the one of me in the Sanctuary of Truth did not do too good. That was posted like 10 hours ago. It only has 2,000 views, almost 2,000 views, 71 comments. That was 2,000 views and 71 comments was happening in about an hour or two on the other one. So I don't know why y'all don't like the Sanctuary of Truth. But maybe it's because I wasn't doing enough talking. I don't know. Appreciate that super chat. But Paraguay and Uruguay, who has experience with Paraguay and Uruguay? He said challenge him to a suit off. Let's do it. Yeah, okay, that's what I figured it was. You want to see more of an interaction with the locals rather than the scenery. So yeah, I'm about to actually go do that now. Because I need the views on the videos to stay up. So more than likely, like I said, if you guys don't cash app, I'm not going to the Philippines yet. It's not that I won't go. But remember, it's not free to do none of this shit. I still got bills I'm paying back home. So whatever my YouTube check shows, I have to X out so much of it. Got to play it smart. Like I said, Brazil has there's a lot of content in Brazil. I won't just, because what I'm seeing is it seems like people think, oh, if I go to Brazil, I'll be stuck. Even if I got stuck, I wouldn't run out of nothing. I don't have a Bitcoin wallet yet. I do need to do that. I could be there. I could come straight there after Brazil, and then you could block them if you want to, yeah, and then go straight to the to Europe after that. But I appreciate everybody that is contributing. You guys watching and everything really makes that come true. But I'm about to get out. Let me make sure my camera got better. Because you guys said, I'm glad y'all see that. Y'all said that. Y'all said y'all want to see. I will be linking with Vibrant with Fred and Salvador. You guys said you want to see more interacting with the locals. So I'm about to go interact with the locals now. And upload it tomorrow. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for coming through. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Stay tuned. Get your passports if you haven't already. It's really that bad.